Good evening, everyone. I am Aseminaso. My name is Aseminaso David Iyaye. I'm a research person with World Bank African Center of Excellence, Public Health and Toxicological Research, Midfield Division, University of Port Harcourt. This evening I'll be giving you a short video on effect of heat on reproduction for all. But before then, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to my video. Talking about heat. Heat is a form of energy that is transferred from one substance to the other and is measured in calories or joules. In thermodynamics, heat is said to be the spontaneous flow of energy from one object to another, which is caused by difference in temperature between objects. Now you might say, what are the causes of heat? We're talking about heat, something that is hot from a higher temperature to a lower temperature. Now if you're talking about sources of heat, good evening everyone. I am Aseminaso. I'm a research person with World Bank, African Center of Excellence, Public Health and Toxicological Research, University of Port Harcourt. I'll be talking about effect of heat on reproduction for all. Before I will continue, I would like you to share, love, and subscribe to my video. Now, heat is a form of energy that is being produced, transferred from one substance to another. Thermodynamics mentioned heat that it's said to be one of the spontaneous flow of energy from one object to another, which is caused by difference in temperature between objects. We might ask, okay, how is heat being measured? Heat is being measured through calories or joules. Now, if heat is being measured, it can actually be measured according to the source of heat. Now, when we talk about heat, we're talking about the full form of heat. H is actually high. E is about energy. Then A is about antimatter. Now, anything that does not occupy space is antimatter. He said matter is anything that have space. Now, if heat can be in a container, it means it's matter. But heat is antimatter and is also telescope. Talking about examples of heat, I told you from the solar system, like the sun. Now, why do we have so much heat today, especially in sub-Saharan Africa? It's because of the depletion of the ozone layer. There's so much greenhouse effects because of excessive deforestation, using of cooking materials like firewood, gas, automobile machines, refrigerators, even the air conditioner we use, they all produce heat, radiation, and body contact. Now, heat is very, very significant when it comes to reproductive cycle. In reproduction, we are talking about human reproduction. In reproduction for human, there is this need for homeostasis. There is this room for proper maintenance of body temperature. Now, in spermatogenesis, like the production of sperm, the body system does not demand heat. It does not demand too much heat because sperm survive within the temperature of 2 to 4 degrees centigrade or minus 4 degrees as against the body temperature of 36.7 to 37.2. So when the temperature of any human is high, it affects reproduction. It brings about reduction in sperm production and also affects spermatogenesis. How? Because high temperature in human may affect the rate of ovaries. It affects the egg weight, the quality, the fertility, the size, and even due to overwhelmed homeostasis and thermoregulatory body system. Now, reproduction varies with age. It's not about when you have reproduction, when we're talking about production of sperm, it's from puberty to andropause, or from puberty, menarche to menopause. It's not in line with those who have not attained that productive age. So heat can actually affect reproduction. How? When there is excessive heating of the testes, it brings about reduction. It brings about destruction of the sperm that has been produced. Now let us look at how heat can affect fertility, especially in men. Sperm production are fine, sperm to be specific, are fine crafted little body making machines. There is a muscle called cremaster muscle that is being used to sustain the structure of the scrotum. When the body temperature is hot, the scrotum is being released off the body system to maintain homeostasis, to maintain proper spermatogenesis. But when the body system is very cold, the cremaster muscle also lifts up the scrotum into the body system to maintain homeostasis also. So with contract to pull the testicles back to the body system to prevent anything that will result to destruction in sperm production. Now if sperm is being analyzed through the laboratory, you will notice that there will be poor motility when there is so much heat. Now, how does occupation affect fertility? Especially in men, those who work in industrial area, like people who work in bakeries, people who work in factories, people who work in environments where the workplace is so high in temperature, even far above 37 degrees centigrade. It causes reduction in sperm production. Therefore, a temperature difference between the core body temperature can lead to infertility. Now, testicular temperature is regulated by two mechanisms. More importantly, the first one is the scrotum, about the effectiveness of the cremaster muscle to do its work. If the cremaster muscle is not effective enough, it will result to, when the body is hot, it means the cremaster muscle will not release the testicles off the body. When the cremaster muscle is not working, it means when the body is very cold, it will not return the testicles back to the body to maintain homeostasis. So there are two basic factors when it comes to testicular temperature regulation. One, the scrotum. The second one that is responsible for the production of sperm, it's about the first one. I mentioned that the scrotum is responsible for the first level of regulation, so it has no subcutaneous fat. When there is no proper fat system, or the cremaster muscle is defective. Now the second system is located in somatic cord. Now I would like to tell my viewers that if man is involved in a drastic accident or a problem that affects his sperm, it will affect production of sperm. So the somatic cord, where there is a counter-current heat exchange between the incoming arterial blood and outgoing venous blood, the temperature of which is lower than that of the arterial blood due to loss of heat through the skin of the scrotum. Now, you agree with me that the viral infection that mostly affects men production is found mostly when the individual is exposed to mumps, the one that most times people their jaw will be swollen, and it's very common in our region due to poor living hygiene and one reason or the other. So it's a viral condition that can affect and go even down to the spine, to the spinal cord, and cause problem. So the second point we were also looking at is the somatic cord. Heat is among the top causes of reduced fertility in men. How? Because they often use laptops on their legs, which produces heat, radiation. Sometimes they put phone in their pockets that also emits radiation, to the scrotum. Some of them even go as far as doing some jobs that will expose them to heat, like from heat of the family jewels, from the heat tighty panties. Some men put on tight pants, they put on the pants, they'll put on boxers, they'll put on trouser, and also put on other things even while sleeping. So it actually produces heat and affects the scrotum. Sarah Sadis 2015. Now, if a man ordinarily is putting on pants or tight clothes, we should tell our young ones, even children that are growing up, they should learn how to put on light things, especially at night, free themselves to sleep, to avoid cooking up the testes. Most common sources of heat most times is industrial based, especially for men or even them, like environmental causes at work or cooking environments, like for caterers and for those who do motorcycling. Long distance drivers are also not free from this condition. Hot stones and saunas. I've mentioned laptop, lifestyle, position, or even clothing, cell phones, tight-fitting clothing, and cycling. Now let us come to the females. We know that most times even females experience heat, which also affects their production. But quickly, I want to let you know that there is hope when it comes to prevention of heat that affects our fertility. Now, the first one is hydration, especially in the deserts. When the environment is very hot, there is room for us to hydrate ourselves. There is room for us to always drink water. If you find yourself in an environment where you're working in a bakery, you always take water to hydrate the body system. And another thing that affects women is when stress is high, there's increased chance of exacerbation of symptoms of reproductive diseases to women, even in men, like polycystic ovarian syndromes and the rest of them. So we can actually, there's a remedy to it. Take a break. Take a break. These are few tips I just want to give you. When you're working, take a break. Make sure you just hang out. Make sure you take away laptops. Make sure you watch televisions in a very cool environment. Stay in a cool environment, especially when the environment is very hot. When the environment is very cold, look for a place that is a little bit warm. And most importantly, I will not forget this, ice your balls, ice your testes when you find yourself in a very hot environment. Then you just need to lose weight. You have to lose weight to prevent any form of fats, subcutaneous fat that will be producing heat. Most importantly, it is very important that you visit a urologist to examine your testes regularly. One, in order to cope with our current climatic condition, drink more water, hydrate, avoid alcohol and caffeinated drinks. They will not help you because they will end up increasing the body temperature. Reduce the consumption of protein fatty foods, especially red meat. Take much fruits and vegetables. Monitor your blood pressure. Stay indoors, especially when the weather is very cold. Look for shades. Then also take cold baths. Avoid hot food. Now, in conclusion, I want to thank you very much for listening to me, because heat has a lot to do with our reproductive system. So the Meteorological Agency has warned us to prepare for warmer days and nights because of the depletion of the ozone layer, which includes smart coping strategies and prevention of diseases such as chicken pox, heat rash, psychological stress, even the novel coronavirus that is becoming a problem to our global system. Thank you very much. Thank you even as you thumb up, subscribe, and